The sea churned with a rage that seemed to tear the sky apart. Waves towered like mountains, crashing against the tiny ship that fought desperately to stay afloat. Among the terrified sailors stood Jonah, robe clinging to his body, sandals sliding on the soaked deck, short black beard dripping with sea spray, short wavy hair plastered to his forehead. His heart pounded not from fear of the storm, but from the weight of his disobedience. He knew this was no ordinary tempest. It was the voice of the Almighty, calling him to surrender. Without resistance, with eyes full of sorrow, Jonah let them cast him overboard. The ocean swallowed him like a grave. Darkness closed in from all sides as Jonah sank deeper into the abyss. Just when hope seemed to flicker out, an enormous shadow surged from the deep. A monstrous fish, ancient and terrifying, jaws wide enough to eclipse the last glimpse of light. Jonah disappeared into the beast's cavernous mouth, consumed by living death. Inside, the world was nothing but darkness and the slow, dreadful sound of the fish's heartbeat. Jonah fell to his knees on the slick, heaving flesh. He raised his hands to the unseen heavens and cried out, not with words of anger, but with the shattered plea of a soul undone. From the depths of the grave, I called for help, and you listened to my cry. In the very heart of despair, mercy found him. Days later, the fish heaved and Jonah was thrown onto the shore, broken but alive. The morning sun kissed the battered land, and Jonah, humbled and trembling, lifted his eyes toward the horizon. Somewhere beyond those distant hills lay Nineveh, the city he had once feared, the mission he had once fled. Nineveh was a marvel, a sprawling expanse of ancient beauty. Wide rivers flowed like veins through fertile fields, and gardens bloomed against a backdrop of colorful, sun-baked houses. In its bustling streets, life was a festival. Men drank and laughed, playing music that danced through the air. Women adorned in heavy gold jewelry, with eyes painted dark and lips bright, paraded through the markets in dresses of crimson and sapphire. Children weaved between the crowds, their laughter rising like birdsong. There was joy in Nineveh, but it was the hollow joy of a people drunk on their own power. Above them all sat the king, high and mighty, cloaked in robes stitched with gold, a jeweled crown gleaming in the sunlight. From his throne, he ruled over a kingdom bursting with riches, but blind to the judgment drawing near. Into this city of splendor and sin walked Jonah, a lone figure wrapped in a simple robe, sandals dusted from his journey, hair still wild from his time beneath the waves. His voice, rough yet burning with divine fire, cut through the music and laughter like a blade. 40 days more, and Nineveh will be overturned. At first, they mocked him. A madman from the wilderness. A fool shouting warnings no one wanted to hear. But truth has a way of burrowing deep. His words clung to their hearts, whispering even in the quiet of the night. Fear spread like a fever. Mothers clutched their children tighter. Merchants abandoned their stalls. Dancers fell still. The king himself trembled. He tore off his dazzling robes and stripped away his crown. Dressed now in the rough cloth of mourning, he stepped down from his throne and sank into the dust, a king no more, just a man before God. His decree thundered through Nineveh. No food, no drink, not even for the animals. Let every soul cry out to heaven for mercy. The once vibrant streets turned silent. The women removed their jewelry and wiped away their painted faces. Men fell to their knees, heads bowed in bitter repentance. Children wept beside fasting mothers. The city that once danced now knelt as one, hearts breaking open like vessels before the Lord. And from beyond the clouds, the hand that had once stirred the sea now stretched forth in forgiveness. Wrath turned away. Judgment passed over. Nineveh was spared, not because it deserved it, but because mercy is stronger than wrath. Jonah watched from a hill, the sun setting over a city saved. He had seen firsthand the boundless depth of God's compassion, mercy so vast that even the greatest sinners could find refuge within it. The wind whispered around him, carrying a final truth into his heart. Should I not care for this great city?